All right, hello, welcome to another video on, you guessed it, Marvel Rivals, because that's what I make content on. I know, surprising, right? But anyways, this is going to be a continuation of, I guess it's a series now, of my Is This Thing Healthy for Rivals? Now, this episode is going to be about Hawkeye. So we will be asking the question, is Hawkeye healthy for Marvel Rivals? Now, let's get straight into it. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's go. So, Bucky-sized projectile elephant in the room. Hawkeye can one-shot. Yeah, he can just look at you, shoot you in your head, you're dead, right? That is the elephant in the room. And based on that fact alone, technically, he counters everything, no? He can just headshot you. Like, before you can do anything, he can just headshot you, or two-tap you if you're like Doctor Strange or Mag, or any tank for that matter. One shot, you're dead. He counters 90% of things in the game, but he also, this is true, he needs decent aim, right? You need to have decent aim to actually be useful on Hawkeye, because if you're missing every shot, you are useless. That's why I think Hawkeye is one of the best designed characters in the game, like superhero-wise, because in the comics, he literally tells you if he misses, he is useless. And in the comics, he doesn't miss. Now, obviously, in Rivals, you're going to miss at least half your shots, but, you know, if you're not hitting most of your shots, or at least half, you're useless, right? And recently, he got buffed. He got a buff. And you're seeing a lot more Hawkeye in the game, right? So basically, he can two-tap you in the body. That's basically like his thing. But like realistically, it's a two-tap. I don't know if he can actually do it, but it is a two-tap because realistically, you're not shooting at someone who's full health. So most of the time, it feels like he's just two-shotting you, right? I think he can two-shot 250 health characters, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think he can. You might be asking yourself, why did they buff Hawkeye? The character that is easily one of the most unfun characters to play against. Well, there's this character in this game called Daredevil. And I'm going to preface this by saying I play Hawkeye. I find Hawkeye fun because I just played a Widowmaker in Overwatch. I find Hela and Hawkeye very much fun. And I know they both are not fun to play against half the time, right? But when I'm playing Hawkeye, there's a few characters that, like, no matter how hard I try, I will never be able to one-shot them in the previous patches. Mr. Fantastic, if he has anything over like 300 health, Daredevil, and Jeff. Those three characters were super hard to headshot. Well, Jeff wasn't hard to headshot, he just didn't die in one shot. And any decent Jeff player is just gonna instantly go into the water. And you're not hitting him once he's in the water from a good distance. With the explosive arrows, maybe, but that requires him to be close to you, which most of the time he's not gonna be close to you. So Mr. Fantastic, Jeff, Daredevil, could never one-shot tap them ever in my life. And it's not that I was missing the headshot, they just had too much health. And the question I always asked myself was, this character Hawkeye, his entire thing is one-shotting people. And if there are characters that aren't getting one shot, and these characters are Daredevil, and Daredevil is also oppressive in other things, shouldn't we nerf Daredevil? Like, because he's making Hawkeye obsolete. I mean, he makes most characters obsolete, honestly. Daredevil needs to be nerfed, right? I think we all can agree on that. But instead of nerfing Daredevil in the latest patch, they buffed everybody, Hawkeye included. So it's a trickle effect. Wanna know why everyone's playing Hawkeye? Because they got buffed, as I said earlier, because of Daredevil and triple support. I won't lie and say Daredevil's the only reason he got buffed. There's obviously more reasons, like triple support, Invisible Woman buffs, Cat, like half the tanks got buffed. Yeah, there's a reason he got buffed aside from Daredevil, right? But Daredevil's like the main reason. But let's get to the other elephant in the room that is the size of a Bucky projectile from his gun that shoots cannonballs. Playing against Hawkeye is not fun. It's just not fun. And I don't know exactly what's happening in the background footage, but I know I'm playing Hawkeye. And I know there's a few shots in there that it just seems like I just headshot like 2 people in a row, or the same person like 4 times in a row. Those people won't be having fun. Not in my lobbies. Not when I'm playing Hawkeye, you won't. Sorry. But yeah, Hawkeye's just not fun to play against. He's not, because he takes all of your ability to do something and just throws out the window, because he can just one-shot you. So when you have a character that can one-shot you, right, what do you do to counteract that? You go dive. His counter is dive. But when these poke characters in Rivals, Hela, Jean, Hawkeye, are so strong, dive, that's been nerfed season after season because support players suck at the game, no offense, Hawkeye can just remain uncontested, right? And I'm not even gonna say Hawkeye is broken, because I don't think he's broken. I don't think he needed a buff. I don't think he's broken, because again, you need to have decent aim to be useful with this character. You just do, right? You're not running into a lobby admin Hawkeye 24/7. You're just not. That's just the truth of it. In fact, I can tell you, you're probably not even running to those many Hawkeyes. You're still probably not. Maybe once every 5 games, you're running to a Hawkeye that has at least a 30% accuracy rate. So this character that can one-shot you, it seems like he has no counters, which again, he does have a counter. It's dive or another Hawkeye or just outpoking him range-wise. But one of them is nerfed to the ground and useless. The second one requires aim, and the third one also requires aim, because you have to be able to aim from a farther distance than the Hawkeye you're aiming at, which hopefully you can do. But all 3 of these counters seem so hard to do in the game. They just seem difficult, and that's why people hate playing against Hawkeye, because it just feels impossible to kill. A decent Hawkeye with decent positioning, he just feels impossible to kill, right? And again, I don't think Hawkeye's broken. I think other things in the game are either too broken or just not powerful enough, right? I just like dive should be playable in a game. I'm sorry, that is not, right? That's just the truth. And he also has these 2 getaway. He has a double jump, which is like okay, and then he has the slash, which is again okay. It's on like a 10-second cooldown. So if you're complaining about that, if that's a skill issue, honestly, like he is very susceptible to dive, right? And then there's also this thing, players will always say, Hawkeye just spams down a choke point and gets lucky kills. You can do that with every aim-based character. It's not just a Hawkeye thing. It just feels worse on Hawkeye, because again, he's one-shotting you. And 2, it's a projectile, meaning you more than likely walk into that bullet. Into that arrow. Did I just say bullet for a bow and arrow? Hello? Alright, so what do you do to fix this character? Okay, well, one of the answers is take away his one shot. But then again, what are you gonna do now? What's his thing now? Just 2 shots people from across the map, and his crit does Black Widow damage? Hello? You're playing Hawkeye a lot more aggressive than Black Widow usually, so that won't actually matter. It won't. Like maybe sometimes, but it won't actually matter, because again, most Hawkeyes that won't affect them that much. Sorry, it just won't. What else could you do? You could buff characters like Venom and Captain America in dive-based characters to make it seem like you can actually counter him with slightly less brain power, right? Here's another one. How about you nerf one of the things that he's getting buffed for? Triple support. You need to nerf some of the supports in the game. That is a great option, because that's one of the only reasons you did it, because you know triple support is going to be strong in the higher and mid ranks. You know Daredevil's still broken. I don't know what Rogue does for them to like need to buff these characters so early, but I hope it's groundbreaking. I hope it's an earthquake when she comes into the game. And when I say nerf support, I don't mean just like gut the roll. Like, obviously not. Like, first of all, Gambit, Invis, they need nerfs. Those 2 need nerfs. I don't know why they buffed Invis. She did not need that. Gambit doesn't need 275 health if he's gonna have healing on all of his abilities. He needs 250, all right? He has high mobility and he heals himself on every ability. Give him 250 health. Invis should not be able to place a shield on herself, and if she does, make it a 2-second cooldown. Give her shield a cooldown and less health. Please, I beg of you, right? And again, when I say buff dive, I don't mean bring all those characters into the spotlight. No, Black Panther's still unfun to fight. He's fundamentally a terribly designed character. He is, cry about it, right? But there's other dive characters. Venom, Cap, Magic, Psy used to be a dive brawl. Now she's really just a brawl, right? The dive role has either gone to brawl or they're nerfed into oblivion and they're useless. Or, hear me out, there are 2 supports pocketing the Hawkeye and only 1 dive character on your team, right? Now, there's nuance to everything I've been saying so far. Work with me here. Now, dive itself isn't dead. No playstyle will ever be dead in a game. It's just not how that works, right? Dive still works. It's very weak against a competent team, yes? And the characters aren't really that high in the meta, yes, that's true. But it still works, right? You're not pro players, right? We're not pro players. But you can't complain when 2 healers are healing a Hawkeye through your single diver. Like, I don't care who it is. Black Panther, Venom, Cap, old Psylocke. If there are 3 people, right? 1 being Hawkeye, 2 of them being a healer, and 2 of them are pocketing that Hawkeye, and you have a single diver, do you think to ever win that fight? Because you shouldn't. Like, if there's a character winning a 1v3 like that, then they should that character needs to get nerfed. But thankfully there is no character doing that. But I think I've rambled off script enough for this video. So prime question we're all here for: is Hawkeye healthy for Marvel Rivals? This answer might shock you. The answer is no. I mean, no. The answer was always no. Any character that can one-shot you is not healthy for your game. I'm sorry. It's just not. Widowmaker's not healthy for Overwatch. Like, it's not healthy. If everyone doesn't have the ability to one-shot, it's not healthy. I'm sorry. And I love Hawkeye. I love making other people not have fun on the video game. I'm not afraid to say it. Yes, it's fun when I head Tapaluna from 50 meters away doing a double jump in the air. Yes, that is fun for me. But is it fun for that other player? Nope. Is it fun for the enemy team? Nope, because they have to be scared of getting their head taken off 24/7. Is it fun for my team? Maybe, or maybe not, because maybe I might have an off game and it's really a 5v6 the entire game. But yes, that is the video. Is Hawkeye healthy for the game? My answer is simply no. No other reason other than he can one-shot. He shouldn't be able to do it. So yeah, that's the video. Hope you guys liked it. Like, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.